Hello everyone, this is Nimish and today we're gonna do the review of the Malayalam movie Bangalore Days, which has a huge star cast. It has Nazriya Nazim, Nivin Pauly, Dulquer Salmaan, Fahadh Faasil, Parvathy and also Nithya Menen in a special appearance. This film is directed by Anjali Menon, who also made Ustad Hotel, which I will be watching and reviewing very soon. So, this was a wonderful movie. It was so delightful and so sweet and so beautiful that I was so happy, so entertained, and so amazed by the performances and the storyline. First of all, the acting. I would like to go one by one. So, first, starting with my favorite in the movie and otherwise, Nivin Pauly is a magician. I could not believe that it was the same guy who I watched in Premam. In Premam itself, he literally played three different characters because he played it in three different stages, and that the range he showed in that movie, which I spoke about in my review of Premam, is outstanding and amazed me. And then he in this movie plays this geeky, nerdy, simple, unexposed character who has very thin hair and very wears specs and who's very nerdy and not exposed to the city life, someone from the village, someone very simple and only focused in studies and career. The way he performed was outstanding. I could not believe it's the same actor. And even in when he's dancing, he was not dancing like he would if he played a commercial character. He was dancing like that character. He was laughing, crying, walking, talking like that character he was playing, and he blended in that you just forgot it was Nivin Pauly. You just thought you're watching this cousin who is a very simple guy, and that is outstanding. And to me, I started with Nivin Pauly because I think that was the best performance in the movie. Because all the other roles, although good, very good, can be replaced by someone else. But this, I don't think anyone could do this role so well. Dulquer Salmaan, if you noticed my comments on him, I thought he used to smile a lot because those are the two movies which I watched. So I'm very happy to see him in a restrained character, a character that is struggling in the inside with what to do in life. He's struggling with a bad family background, with a bad stage in his career. He's trying to make his own life and trying to consciously find himself and find what he wants from life and how to deal with the situations. And his whole life becomes this very confused mess, and he is struggling. And that struggle came out in his acting with a very disturbed expressions on his face, sometimes very tragic. And it was outstanding to see him in such a different character than the ones he played in Charlie and OK Kanmani, because there he was just smiling a lot, and that's the negative point that I noted out. And here I'm happy that he's not smiling and he's actually performing very genuinely. So I loved his performance. The third performance which I absolutely enjoyed was Fahad. It's Fahad or Fahad, but I'll just call him Fahad. This is the first movie of Fahad that I'm watching, and his performance was spot on. Until you don't know about him, you get very irritated by him because of the way he's behaving, and it just seems like it's not fair what he's doing. But then, when you come to know about his past, you literally feel for him, and you literally feel that his performance and his attitude is justified. And it's very difficult to do such a role because there is no definition as to how one should deal with tragic events and how one should act heartless. In fact, since in our lives we hardly see such characters, we may see a geek or a nerd to get inspired. We may have troubled lives to do a role like Dulquer Salman's, but we never see cold-hearted people as often as other kinds of people. And so there is no perfect reference to perform a role with tragedy and cold-heartedness, and thus I feel that his performance was amazing also. So the three actors in this movie did a fantastic job. The two actresses, Nithya Menon was in a special appearance, so I'll speak about the other two. Parvathy, who I've watched in Charlie, was very natural, very confident, and she played her part very well. There was no overacting or underacting, and that's what I really like about her. And I think the sister, played by Nazriya, I think that's her. She also did a very natural job. In fact, my sister, who was watching the movie, every time she saw her on screen, she kept saying, "Oh, this girl is so confused." And I was wondering how my sister could catch that, because she was playing a confused character. She just suddenly got married, dropped her study plans. Now she doesn't know how to deal with things because of his weird behavior. So it was amazing how she portrayed the confused girl who's not happy, but she can't express herself. She wants to know why the husband is doing such a thing, and she wants to help him, but at the same time, it's all a one way thing going on. So she's playing a very troubled and confused character in a current stage, who really just wants to forget everything and go have fun when she can, but then things go up and down in her life. So she also did a very fantastic job. What's wonderful about the direction is that these are three top stars of the Malayalam film industry. First of all, it's amazing how the director managed to get all three of them in one movie, and it's amazing how they agreed to act with each other. Kudos to them. And secondly, every character is special. Every character has an equal role to play. It's not like it's a Nivin Pauly movie or a Dulquer Salmaan movie where the other two will be just supporting. Neither is it like a Fahadh Faasil movie where everyone else is supporting. It's actually very well written, such that every character has a prominent, equal contributing part to play. Even the actress Nazriya has an equally important part to play. Nothing would happen if you remove one character or reduce one character, and that's the beauty of how the movie is written and how it is directed and edited. Because if these are stars, I'm not sure what their relationships are. They may be very friendly in real life, but sometimes movies cause fights and arguments. So if by chance on the editing table Nivin Pauly's role was cut a little, Dulquer Salmaan's was extended a little, then things would have gone haywire between them, and that the director didn't allow that to happen, which is outstanding. Keeping the story intact, giving all of them the respect they deserve and the roles that they deserve, perfect casting on all fronts, and beautiful writing. This movie is thoroughly enjoyable, entertaining. Not at any single point do you get bored. Yes, at a couple of times you do question the writing. For example, when the air hostess suddenly falls for Nivin Pauly, it's so vague and weird that you're wondering something better go wrong, because this is not real at all. And something does go wrong. And it is a correctly shown character, it is correctly depicted. So the writing, although it makes you question initially, later it justifies it. So you just have to watch it patiently. And that's the beauty I have seen in Malayalam movies, that things are questioned. For example, the friend, Parvathi's friend, had an accent when she said, "Oh, there are so many sandwiches in here." And so I was like, why does she have an accent? And then immediately in two scenes, Parvati says she's from Sydney, she's gone back to Sydney. So you realize, oh, that's why she had an accent. So everything is justified, everything is perfect, and there is no loophole. There is no such thing where I can say the movie could have been better because it's perfect. There is no such thing that could have been different. It is a perfectly told story, and Nithya Menon in a special appearance also steals the show, because very many a times we see that when people do cameos in movies and you talk about the movie a few years later, you forget that there was a cameo. But in this case, none of us are going to forget that Nithya Menon was in it, because she really did a good job in those very few minutes that she was there, and she left a mark, and that's great. And I have said before how I'm a huge fan of her acting. She is outstanding. So this movie overall is enjoyable, and because Anjali Menon, the director, has made another movie called Ustad Hotel, which is also highly recommended to me, I will definitely be watching it. I hear that Bangalore Days is going to be released this year in Tamil, which is the Tamil remake, again by the same director. And I really wish that such movies be remade into the Hindi industry. Not because I want to watch it in Hindi, I'm equally comfortable watching it in any language, but because the Hindi movies have a much larger reach, an international reach, and I think the directors and the writers deserve to have that credit on a larger scale. So I really, really hope this movie gets made in the Hindi film industry more than the other kind of commercial remakes that the Hindi industry keeps making of the mega cop movies, the entertainers. I think they should also do justice to Malayalam films by remaking such films, if not the heavy, intense ones. So this film was awesome. Thank you so much for recommending this to me. I hope you like this review of Bangalore Days, and subscribe. Stay tuned for many more reviews to come. Thank you for watching.